We had a good day yesterday. Talked to our guys last night just about consistency. We talk about our kids every night. You sit in the staff room for an hour, go down through the depth chart, how he played, and talk to our guys just about stacking days on top of each other. See inconsistencies. That's what we're working on right now. Is you get into the dog days of camp, day 12. Going through the motions sometimes. Some guys, and then there's the consistent guys that. You see the same guy every day, and most of those NFL guys are consistent guys because they can put it together every day. And a lot of the guys that don't go to the NFL are guys that are up and down guys. So that's where we are.
Who are the most consistent guys?
Oh boy, I tell you, Phil Jacobic's been very consistent. You're not sitting here, looking at him going, "Wow, that was a terrible day by him." Above means. He's been consistent. Daniel Carter has been consistent. Sebo, I think, has been consistent. I think Matt Gonsalves has been consistent. Defensively, trying to think here, Shane Simon's been consistent. MJ been consistent. Maybe a little bit more inconsistencies on defense now that you asked me, Jared. Trying to think of who else. But again, a lot of guys on defense, like Tyler Bentley has been consistent. I think DeAndre Jules has been consistent. Again, is it every day? No. Some of those other guys I mentioned are every day consistent, but maybe out of 11 days so far, they've been 9 out of 10. That's important.
Pat, you mentioned some names there, but at the beginning of camp, you said there were almost a dozen guys in the mix for that defensive line rotation. Who are some others that have kind of emerged throughout camp?
I would say D-line wise, I mentioned DeAndre Jules and Bentley, Devin, and Dave Green. Those are guys. Sean Fitzsimmons, I think, has had a good camp. Those are guys that stand out in my head right now. I may have missed one guy up front. And then D-ends, Deion Hayes has been pretty good. Kai Johnson has really stepped it up a little bit. Nate Temple's been, pretty darn good. He's been consistent, and knock on wood, he's been out there, which is the most important thing. He's missed, he's been inconsistent as far as just practicing through his career here. So we're praying he stays healthy. Those are the guys that, stand out to me, in those spots. I would say it's off the top of those 3 D-ends are Kai, Nate, and Deion right now.
In terms of the field safety position, when you think about knowledge and assignments and responsibility, is that one of the more challenging positions in this defense, or maybe the most challenging position in this defense?
Yeah, I would say that the long guy is the most consistent guy over there. Consistently comes and runs towards us and has no idea what his headphones in. The safety position, in my opinion, still is the hardest spot out there. It really is, because you're playing off man a lot, in our quarter system, and certainly the quarter position is no easy job at all as well. But we ask a lot of all of our guys. I mean, to be great on defense and to have consistently put pressure on a quarterback in TFLs and have cause a lot of havoc on defense. I think it's about the details, and we could be looser and give everybody easier jobs, but we're going to easily give up yardage and touchdowns.
Between MJ, Marquez, and AJ, you got 3 corners that you know and can rely on and can roll in there. But who are some of the younger guys that you've seen kind of step up and maybe be the next guys that can help replace them at some point?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the 2 young guys that that we've looked at, really are night and day from where they were before spring ball and then even after spring ball is Noah Bigelow and Crumpley. I mean, Tamarian's, both those guys have come a long way as far as where they were prior to. So then Rylan Gandy, Gandy's, he might be the 4th corner right now. Crumpley and Noah are pushing the heck out of him at that spot and can beat him out if they want to. And then the other guy, just to give you a position move that we made here in the last couple of days, was we moved Javante Royal, who's had a lot of experience at corner. We thought maybe he could help us on offense, but with those young guys emerging, it's kind of got on top of him. And Javante's going to give us more depth at corner as well. Had a nice pick the other day, and I think all the kids were happy for me. Had the interception on defense, might have been his first ever. So Coach Taekwon Underwood taught him how to catch now, so now he's a better DB.
When the guy moves that much, do you worry about him getting a little discouraged? I mean, he's like in his 4th year now. I mean, he's been around.
Yeah. I'm worried about the coaches getting discouraged and him. It's his shot again, and I do worry about it. But we got to do what's best for the team. Period. And I think that's the most important thing. Is doing what's best for the team, and certainly I think that's what's best for the team right now. He can go be a scout wideout, or he can come help us on special teams. And he's also shown stuff that he can help us in special teams as well. So that's the encouraging thing. So obviously we'll get him more tackle drills on defense as he will on offense.
Pat, yesterday Frank said that he thought that the tight end room was the most improved from last camp to this camp. Would you agree with that assessment?
You know, there's no question about it. You know, Gavin, you know, I think Carter Johnson was the most improved coming out of spring ball, right? And, you know, Gavin Bartholomew looks like a different dude right now. I mean, he's blocking his tail off. He's been impressive with what he's doing out there. So, you know, we've been excited about what he's done.
You said yesterday that you want to see the defense make some more plays, especially like in scrimmage when the offense was sitting on some deep balls.
Yep.
You kind of challenge them a little bit more these past couple days.
Yeah, I mean, we have. I mean, they had a great day yesterday. I mean, so then there was none. But, you know, it's always going to be a back and forth. The offense has a good day, defense gets bad, and they, you know, they step up. And that's the consistency that we're looking for. I got a lot of faith in, you know, our coaches and our players at that position that, you know, we're not going to have that problem. We've been through those ups and downs. And, you know, we got 3 really good corners out there right now, and I feel comfortable with all these guys.
How much work you guys been doing in Wofford so far?
None.
You know, when you
Worried
start-
about Pitt. Worried about Pitt and being the best Pitt team we can be going into. You know, we'll start a little bit next week, but you know, worried about Pitt right now.
How's the punter battle coming along?
It's going good. I think, you know, Junko's got the upper hand right now, I think, but you know, it's a constant battle. I think, you know, we got 2 good punters right now that we can count on, so we'll see. And they may go into the season, they may go into the, you know, find out what happens first couple games and see who's going to be the gamer.
I was going to ask you that. I mean, just on the consistency topic that we talked about earlier, we watch punts. It's one of the things we get to see. It seems like you got a fair amount dropping inside the 15, dropping inside the. Are those guys being consistent with how they kick?
Yeah, we haven't done a lot of those, you know, dropping inside the 50. We haven't done a lot of what we call sky punts, Chris. But, you know, we're just looking at, you know, spirals and different types of punts. But, you know, I just want consistency. You know, a 4.0 and a, you know, and a 42, you know, 40-yard punt. So those are what we're looking like. You know, I would say maybe 2 days we try to put them inside the 10 is where we'd like it, not at the 15. But so we've worked a little bit of that, not a whole bunch of that type of punt.
Is that the,
You got a watch from coming?
that turnover drill where you got the stick?
Got 9 turnovers.
Is that your
9 turnovers in a blister. But I got 9.
Is that your favorite part of camp?
Not really. I mean, if they finally did a little bit more ball security drill there, so I want to take advantage of the time. All right, guys.